What's up everyone? Hello again and thank you for tuning back in yet again. Today I'm making a short extension or part 2 video of a video I did back in February. Back in February I made a video about working in the mines in Australia, how you can go about getting a job and what you can do to give yourself the best chance of finding a good position with a good mine, stuff like that. It did really well and it seems to have helped a lot of people, which is great. I'm really happy about that, guys. That's my whole purpose, that's my whole point and the reason I'm making videos for you. So I'm glad that helped so much. That being said, I also got a lot of comments and questions and a whole bunch of stuff like that below the video asking what the pay was like, specific questions about the mine, how they can get involved, more and more. So in today's video, I'm gonna do a quick revision of that, answering some of the questions, answering some of the comments I got below the video, and hopefully that'll clear it up and give you that extra little bit of help in order to get a job in the mines again, even more than the last video. Alright, so let's get going with that right now. Okay, so one of the first ones that was brought to my attention was that I did state in my last video that almost all the mines are in WA. Now, that isn't true. Most of the biggest ones are in WA, but again, I'm not a mining expert or anything like that. I don't trace the amount of the quantity and all the mines and everything across all of Australia. But in my experience, most of the people that worked in the mining did work in WA. That being said, I have been told that there are a lot in Queensland as well. Queensland actually has almost as many mines or just as much mines as Western Australia. So when I said I recommend you move to WA, that is still my recommendation. I think there's the most opportunity there because I've met the most people working in the mines in WA, but that doesn't mean you have to. There is still other opportunities you can look at in places like Queensland in case you don't want to move to the other side of the country, or in case you prefer Queensland or you already have something lined up there. There are still a great amount of opportunities to have there. Okay, number 2, another one that I got a lot was how much money do you make in the mines? Starting out or average salary, all this. Now, this is a tough question to answer because it really depends on if you're working in the mines, if you're a utility, if you're working as a helper, if you're an apprentice, if you're developing, all that kind of stuff. That being said, I will say that the average salary, according to a couple sites I looked at, is $110,000 for the mines. Now, this is taking into account all the different levels of experience, entry level, everything. So the average is about 110. I think you will be able to make more than that. There's a lot of people making more than that, and there's a lot of people making just shy of that as well. So, but that's a good middle ground. Like I said, working as a utility, I was making about $5,000 or $6,000 a month, and there's people I know that were making 8, 10, well, more and more and more on top of that. So it really does vary, but I hope that's a good number for you to give you a general idea. And of course, with your specific career and your specific skill set, it might be different. If you're a chef, if you're an engineer, if you're a machine operator, something like that, of course it will vary, but you will be able to find that information and specific average pay rates for that job online really easy. Okay, another one that was hugely asked was people saying, how do I get there, or how do I start a job in the mines if I'm living outside Australia? I had a lot of people that were engineers or had experience in mining in other countries, and that's something that unfortunately I'm not super familiar with, and I'm not really unsure how they handle it with immigration and getting your visas and everything like that. But I will say that almost all the immigrants or non-native Australians that I met in the mines were in Australia already when they got a job. So I think that would be my best advice, that if you really do want to pursue a career in mining in Australia, I think it's better to get your feet on the ground first and sample out, because that'll be a lot less work for the administrative people of the mining companies, and I think you just have a much better chance that way. That being said, that doesn't mean you can't apply well out of country. I'm sure there's lots of people that fly in from out of country. I know there's people that live in Bali and stuff like that and get flown into the mines, so there's always an opportunity. Always go out and apply as much as you can, and it can't hurt ever just to reach out to the mines and ask them directly, or staffing agency or something like that. Another question I had was, if you're a student, if you're studying in something to do with mining, engineering, anything like that, are you able to get a job as a student, or what are the chances of getting a job after? Now, afterwards, you shouldn't have a problem. There's a high demand, there's a huge mining boom right now. Everyone's looking to hire. There's lots of jobs and mines and projects going around. So I don't think that would be a big problem. And I'm sure you have resources at your school that you can reach out to that know a hell of a lot more than me. Being a student, that's different. I'm not really sure what the process for a student is. It depends what kind of study you're doing. Are you full-time? Are you near one of the mining camps? Are you working close with a mine, or do you know people working in it? That will vary greatly. I think finding a summer position might be possible, but again, unfortunately, I haven't met any students, or I don't know of any students that were in school and working in the mines at the same time. Not saying it's impossible, I just haven't met a person doing that. Okay, and one of the last ones is actually really important. It's a really nice, I really appreciate them leaving a comment because this does help you guys, and I wasn't sure if any of you saw it, so I want to let you know about it in this video. A page called Australian Mining for New Starters commented on this video saying that they appreciate the video, which is great, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot. But they also said that there was recently some issues with foreigners or backpackers or anything like that working in the mines, specifically as utilities and exploration people and stuff like that. Apparently, the mines now, because there's been some new rule or new format, that they want there to be citizens to be working on the mines. So apparently some backpackers and foreigners have been chased off the mine, pushed off the mine, replaced. So that's something to keep in mind too, that this is always changing. And I know the Australian, again, as I've said in the last one, the mines do prefer to hire Australian citizens, locals, that kind of stuff. So always keep in mind that this is a job that is specifically designed, and they are gearing it towards Australians. So that again doesn't mean you can't get a job as a backpacker or a foreigner or something like that, but this is something to keep in mind. And I really thank Australian Mining for New Starters for mentioning this to me, because I think it's something that you guys should know, that it might be a risk. They might not look always favorably to you if you're a backpacker or a foreigner if you're working in the mines. So something to keep in mind if you want to go there and if you want to try your shot at getting a job there. It might not be permanent, but I still think it's worth a shot. All right, that's really it, guys. I tried to answer all the questions I could. If you do have any more, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other insights, if I'm getting some stuff wrong, or if there's anything else that you think people should know about the mines, getting a job, what it's like, anything like that, please let me know. I'd love to hear it, and I think it'll help a lot of people. So that's great. It's all about trying to help the community, help everyone get a good career that they're really happy and proud of. So thank you again for watching, guys. I appreciate you coming by, and I hope this helps you a lot. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.